Number one resource that I have here in Berlin is a store called SchneidersLaden. They only sell modular gear. Well, actually, they have expanded into selling regular keyboards, but mostly they sell modular gear, and they're known worldwide. When I lived in Austin, there was a store called Switched On that had sort of the same thing. They basically just sold modular synthesizer modules. But SchneidersLaden has a huge number of people that come through it all the time. People, from many bands you've probably heard of, and many electronic performers like Tangerine Dream and people like that probably go through there. I know they've gone through there and picked up stuff for what they do. So SchneiderSladen's the number one resource here in Berlin. That's for getting gear. For how to use it, I would recommend going to the Synthesizer Museum because they have a room full of analog synthesizers, and they have some very large analog synthesizers, and they can sit down and show you the basics of how these things work while you're there. You can pay for a ticket and come into the Synth Museum, and you can play anything you want. And if you're not sure how to play it, they will come along and show you the basics. So if you're curious how to do your first modular synthesizer, they can kind of get you started and say, well, this is how you take your first patch. You take a sound source and you plug it here, and you plug it to the speaker, and boom, you've got a basic voice. So those two places are good. SchneiderSladen for getting gear and talking to them about what you might want to do. And then the Synth Museum for a starting how-to.